What's up guys, welcome to the Doppelganger Streetwear YouTube channel. So, in today's video I'm going to be discussing sort of the topics that I get DM'd about most, which is sort of like, oh, how do I buy streetwear? Well, what's the cheapest way to buy streetwear? Obviously, if you're not following my Instagram, well, Instagram's just here, go drop a follow, it helps out a lot. So your first kind of choice you have is to go somewhere like Stockx or GOAT, or in the UK you have like KLEKT, I think it's called. Basically, they make sure they're authentic items before they're sent to you, so they kind of act as a middleman to make sure you're not going to get scammed. However, it's a bit complicated because, sometimes people have got non-authentic items or not as described, sort of dead stock. They all have to be dead stock, brand new items. They can't be used, and people have got used ones before. But basically, for the most part, it's all good. You pay sort of a premium on top of what normal market value would be, because Stockx or GOAT, let's use Stockx for example, they take a premium on top of it of something like so let's say you want to sell something for 100 quid, then whoever's buying it will actually have to pay like 125 quid, and that £25 extra will go to Stockx for the cost of shipping it to you, and also the cost of them getting it in, looking at the item, receiving it from the buyer, all that sort of stuff. So you're paying sort of an extra £25 on top of what it would normally be. But if you're kind of new to streetwear or you want to get into it, then that's quite a good way in, because you pretty much guarantee that everything you're going to buy is authentic. However, that's really, if you know stuff about streetwear, you can legit check things, that sort of stuff, then definitely do not buy from Stockx or GOAT or whatever. You do occasionally get an absolute steal off there, but for the most part you definitely don't. So moving on to the next sort of option you have, this is, again, if you want to make sure your items are authentic, you can go to sort of stores. There's quite often they have their online versions, but there's physical stores that people own. In the UK, probably the biggest one is Duke's Cupboard up in London, located kind of between Supreme and Palace. Again, you do pay above market value when you go to that sort of place, but you do guarantee the authenticity of the item. It's the same out in America. You've got places like Round 2, so that's another way. If you sort of live in an area that has one, that's always quite a good option, because they quite often have the rarer items with them, which is also quite good for you if you want to buy some stuff. Again, this isn't the way I'd go down, just because you are paying the premium, but it's definitely an option if you have access to it. So your next option, which quite a lot of people use nowadays, is there's sites Depop, Grailed. If you're in the US, you got Bump, eBay, even people use all those sort of things, and that's a way to probably get cheaper items than on Stockx or whatever. You can get used or dead stock, or basically any condition, any size. You can search for lots of different things. However, one thing you do have to be careful of if you're buying on, like, let's use Depop for example, and you can get some alright prices on items off Depop. However, you do have to be careful of being sold an unauthentic item. So you have to basically just know how to legit check items properly, because you don't want to be walking around with a fake item that you've been told is real. That's probably the biggest drawback of Depop. This sort of apps, they do have buyer protection with them. So basically, if you are sold a fake item, you can get your money back. You just open a claim and be like, oh, this is why the item's fake, the tag's off, So that's always an option. That's quite a good option. In my opinion, better than the other two is to use an app, on your phone or a website, a bit like Depop or Grailed sort of thing. Because it's just slightly cheaper. However, obviously, as I said, you have to be wary of being sold an unauthentic item. So, what would be my best suggestion then, if I've said the others aren't great or they're alright? So my best suggestion when buying your streetwear, is to go to the Instagram selling community. Doppelganger Streetwear, probably the best place to buy all your items. But yeah, so that's that. But probably, obviously, Doppelganger Streetwear will ship international, so it doesn't matter where you are. Ship anywhere to you. They're obviously the best out there. But in all seriousness, you basically, if you're after an item, you can go to the hashtags on Instagram, for instance, look at Supreme for sale or box logo for sale. You can scroll through. You obviously get pictures of box logo, but you do find accounts on there selling all that sort of stuff. You know, make sure they're reputable. You can always ask to see photos if you want to try and get some peace of mind by legit checking the item yourself. That's always an option. There is that very small percentage of sellers on Instagram, however, that do scam by selling you unauthentic items. They won't respond to you. What my advice would be on this is, you know, Doppelganger Streetwear, best out there. Basically, authenticity is guaranteed. So, you know, always go shop there if you definitely want an item, you know, authentic. I keep saying it, but you know, obviously that's how I can speak on that, because that's me. I do that. I know that all my items I sell are authentic, so you know, obviously that's what I can speak on. But let's say you don't want to buy from me, or I don't have an item you want. You find it on another Instagram page. You know, they're kind of, let's say you find a small Instagram page, 100 followers, 10 references, you know, they've all been pretty positive, they look alright. Obviously, you can judge this yourself, but I'd always recommend paying with PayPal goods and services to make sure that you're going to get an authentic item. However, if you go to an account that has 1,000+ followers, and they post a lot of items, they have lots and lots of positive references, you know, they're very reputable within the community, you can find out about them. Then if they ask you to pay with like pay upon arrival or pay friends and family, so they don't have to pay a fee on the PayPal transaction, then that's also quite a good option to take. You know, obviously you can gauge that yourself. You can make your decision if you want to pay with goods and services, which will protect your friends and family, which won't. So if I was to give my list of the ways that I go about buying, number one, I put doppelgangerstreetwear.com, at doppelganger_streetwear, or just the Instagram selling community as a whole. Second, Depop, Grailed, Bump, all those sort of apps where you can get stuff sold on. They're also great to find items on. If you're someone maybe new to streetwear or you don't know much about it, then Stockx or Go or KLEKT, if you're in Europe, you know, they're good options for you, because you know, you can basically guarantee that the item is going to be authentic. Although you do obviously have to pay premium on it, so they are a bit more expensive. And also, I'd probably put places like Duke's Cupboard or whatever, because they charge such a high premium, because obviously they've got overhead costs of employing people to stay in the store. That's why their items generally are a bit more expensive than other places. They are quite often cheaper than Stockx and things like that. I also recommend those sort of third, fourth tied with Stockx if you live in an area where you can, you know, go in store, look at it, look at the item, you know, make sure it's all good, because quite a lot of stores like that obviously don't accept returns. So that's another thing you've got to think about with that. But yeah, number one, Instagram community or Doppelganger Streetwear, you know. Number two, Depop, Bump, Grailed. Third, tied like third, will probably be Stockx and the reputable stores. So yeah, I hope this helps. If you want to have any other sort of videos, drop me a DM on Instagram, or yeah, drop a comment on this video. I will be doing quite a lot of videos answering all the questions that I get, because I get asked a lot of sort of questions like that. So yeah, no, I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that, you know, all that sort of stuff. Really appreciate it. So yeah, no, I'll see you boys next time.